Atlanta rapper Trouble reportedly got shot to death last night. According to his sister, he was in his car when he got shot. He was signed to Eardrummers and Interscope and Def Jam. You know, he did a bunch of stuff with Michael Maida. He even had a Drake verse. And I don't know. It's kind of shocking. Feels like it happened in Atlanta. I don't know. Atlanta just been seeming spooky recently. And also one of the interesting things is that one of his last tweets read this. Yo, it's too many 12 of for me. I think you mean out here, kind of. It's too many 12 of for me tonight. I'm going home. Y'all move smooth out here. That's so telling, but I don't even want to make intimations about it. You know, unfortunately, in our community, we've made having police around, by the way, a police is a peace officer. That's the initial, description of what those individuals should be doing. We've made it a problem having a peace officer around. Everybody's so tough. Everybody's so thugged out. Everybody wants to act like police are the worst and they don't want them around. And by the way, I'm not saying police prevent everything. I know some niggas who shoot in front of police. I know some niggas who a police is just a damn witness. They don't give two fucks because if they see the person they don't like, they gonna move. Understood that. But I do think it's unfortunate in our community we have demonized police activity, or we act like usually if there's police presence somewhere, it's because they realize something might be going on. And they're really there for your protection. Unfortunately, that's not the opinion that is loudly vocalized by the masses. Niggas say fuck 12 until your mama get robbed. I think that's very interesting. Somebody say police don't like us. I never said the police are inherently good or bad. I said the police stand for a purpose. If there's police presence somewhere, stop thinking about the police. Start thinking about your own safety. If there's heavy police presence somewhere, it means that place that you're at might be unsafe. And don't tell me though, oh no, I got my gun, I don't need the cops. I got my gun, I don't need this. Somebody get a drop on you. It don't matter if you had your gun. Don't matter. The point what I'm just trying to say is that, and by the way, this was tweeted the night before, actually. That night he made the right decision because he lived another night. I don't know where he was at when the following night came where he got killed. But this is why sometimes you ever been out and you just kind of get you just get the feeling and be like, you know what? As lame as this might sound, I'm going home. As lame as this might sound, I'm going home. And everybody around you, they want to keep turning up, but you just don't feel it. I think that's what this was. You get me? And fortunately, he survived that night. I don't know if this was a straight bullet. I don't know if this was targeted. We could only speak on a hyperbolic level, but someone took his life the next night. I'm trying to find out more, but for right now, sometimes, unfortunately, the best choice is just go home. Just go home. It's crazy out here these days, bro. These days it's fucking crazy out here. The world is crazy. The world is fucking crazy now. I remember telling y'all a story. I've probably heard this story so many times. You ever heard me tell a story about me walking with my chick like years ago, and we ran into some dudes who were like bikers, and I forgot what they said, but they were saying to my girl, and as we were walking by, I turned around because it was disrespectful. Oh, they were like, "Hey, yo, bitch, what's up?" Something like that. And I turned around because I'm the guy. I'm the man. I'm the man with my girl. And when I turned around, I looked at about 8 to 9 biker niggas. They swollen, buff. I'm very younger. I'm probably about. This is like 10 years. Like I'm probably like 20, 21. I'm probably 21. And I'm like, I'm looking back really because I'm like, you ain't told my chick like that. And I looked at about like 7 to 8 niggas, and they all buff, whatever, they're on bikes, and they looked at me and they said, "Nigga, we ain't talking to you, we talking to your bitch." Straight up. That's how they told me. And I sized up the situation for a second. And I said, all these niggas look like they weigh at least 250 pounds. It's a bunch of linebackers. It's just me. This is an unfamiliar part. I don't really know too much. This is nigga central. Do I just go get the beat down just for principle, or do I keep it moving? And you know what I told my girl? Yo, walk faster, bro. Let's get the fuck one out of here. The place that happened is a place called South Street in Philadelphia. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm used to college towns where it's kind of mixed, but you always have like a strip that's like super lit. If you ever been to Philadelphia, South Street is one of the places. It's super lit. It's nigga central. I remember going there. I knew something was up already. There was like cops on foot about every block, like at the corner. It was mad streams of niggas on each side of the street. I'm like, damn, I've never seen this shit. This shit feels like New Orleans or something like that. But I know New Orleans don't got that much niggas. It was straight niggas, bro. I said, damn. That's when I saw them niggas that were bikers. I said, you know what? Let me not get my ass beat as a spectacle, because you know what other niggas gonna do? They're all gonna record you and laugh at you. And then I look up today. Philadelphia, South Street shooting. And they reported that there's a mass shooting in Philadelphia. Where did it happen? And I know this place right here. South Street. A brawl between two men turned a packed Philadelphia street into a scene of terror on Saturday night after they pulled out guns and fired wildly at each other. By the time gunfire ended, 3 people were dead, 12 more were hurt. Just hours later in Chattanooga, all right, let's see if we can just focus on the Philadelphia incident right here. Okay, this is the Philadelphia Inquirer. 3 people killed, 11 others wounded. An officer fired at one of the assailants while the person was actively shooting into the crowd. At least 5 guns were fired in the incident. No one has been taken into custody. Investigators are working to piece things together. Ballistics and other evidence. This happened on the 300 block of South Street. It remains open after 8 p.m. on Sunday, after the mayor ordered that the street be closed to pedestrian and vehicles. Somebody said, there's no reason for us to shut down. Why would I? What happened last night, it was tragic, but it can't stop business. We had open mic jam session December 3rd. Salute to DJ Diamond Cuts, very instrumental DJ out of Philly. I guess they had Roots Picnic today. Okay, cool. It said at the Roots Picnic on Sunday, DJ Diamond Cuts spoke about the shootings on South Street and gun violence, and they said, yo, we lost a lot of people. We got to do better. South Street looks. It's usually packed on each side with people. This is them closing the street down. Okay. Just sad shit, man. these days, you get to realize the world is terrifying. I never spoke about like that mass shooting because what happens after every mass shooting is more of a political thing than really a humanity thing. When that crazed lunatic went into that Buffalo supermarket and killed all those people, the initial thing that people are going to talk about is gun control, mental health, but really thoughts about the people who lost their lives, the families who lost their grandmother, their mothers. Like, that's not the main focus. It becomes politicized. But these days, I'm going to be honest with you, and this might be unpopular, but this is where I stand on gun control. These crazy motherfuckers, and I guarantee the people who are shooting on South Street, I guarantee they ain't got no legal gun. You can't stop a criminal from being a criminal. You can't stop a crazy nigga. Like, unless you're going to remove every gun in the United States, I don't believe in disarming citizens who got it legally. The citizens who got it legally usually the ones who most likely are more responsible. Because if you're not, you're going to lose this shit. You're going to lose the privilege. But a fucking criminal don't give a fuck about a law. And I think that's what we have to realize in the United States. I seen Canada recently, they're trying to ban, or they banned the sales of new guns. Okay, can't buy no new guns. And I don't know how the smuggling situation is when it comes to, like, weapons within Toronto, but also I don't even know there are natural laws if law-abiding citizens could carry guns. But it's too far gone here in the United States. It's too far gone in the United States. You cannot disarm people because anything you put on record will only be making it harder for law-abiding citizens. I know somebody might be like, well, usually a law-abiding citizen ain't going to stop a mass shooting, or usually, hey, listen, we ain't saying none of that. All I'm going to just tell you this. You can't disarm the people who got it legally that are less likely to use it for violence. They're more likely to use it to protect themselves and not stop the smuggling problem. That's my thing. If everybody's screaming gun control, y'all got to stop gun smuggling. Y'all got to give way more years for them niggas. You know, in Chicago, it's so hard to get a gun, but how is there shootings every weekend? Y'all want to see how much shootings there was in Chicago last week? You can't go in Chicago and buy a handgun. You cannot. Look. Chicago shootings weekend. Oh, well, we're still on the weekend, so it won't really tell the whole story. Already. 18 shot, 1 fatally in the weekend. Oh, yeah. And actually, by the way, this is a good weekend. Usually it's like 70, 80. Here's the point what I'm trying to say. The niggas who's doing the shootings in Chicago, the niggas who's doing the shootings on South Street, the niggas who, as soon as they get in a fist fight, they airing it out, they don't have legal guns. This is why I hate the conversation about should guns be monitored for legal people. By the way, I am for background checks, so I'm a little nuanced with that. Should get some background checks, and I ain't gonna lie to you. I think if you have a weapon, and by the way, this is coming from somebody who's licensed myself. Every 2 years, you gotta have like a mental checkup or something like that. I'm cool for that. Removing all the guns, I ain't cool for. Not a fucking at all. At all. The fact of the matter is this. When you start talking gun control, you can't talk. Well, you're not talking to the niggas who got the guns illegally. These days, they have what's called ghost guns. People could order a gun online like it's Amazon. They order it, and all they have to do is have the knowledge of assembling it. Which, by the way, is a loophole in the federal laws about weapons, because I don't even know how it's a loophole, but it's a loophole. You could buy a gun that you're supposed to self-register. So you don't even have to steal a gun no more. A nigga could just buy a gun. And when I mean buy a gun, they got to buy the parts and assemble it. Takes 20 seconds and like a few tools to do. That's a problem. I think that needs to be addressed. Smuggling. People who are felons who still have guns doing crimes. I think if you're a felon and you're doing a crime with a gun, you should get like 5 times your last sentence. It is what it is. Because, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I mean, guns do kill people, but guns ain't the reason why people are dying. It's the people whose hands they're in. If you give a fucking felon who's probably used that weapon already to become a felon, and he has access to a weapon again to do more crime, a nigga like that, he ain't learned the first time. Fuck a 3-strike rule. You got to get that nigga out of here permanently. So I'm all for that. But these days it's just a crazy thing. It's a crazy thing. Me, myself, personally, I got about 27 guns. I just bought an AK and I bought a sniper rifle. The sniper rifle could shoot 3,000 yards. And the next gun I'm buying is going to be this is why I like guns. The next gun I'm buying is called a Beret. It's a gun called $10,000. It shoots 50 calibers. I'm like, I got an AK, a couple ARs, shit ton of handguns. And trust me, this has always been my motto in life. I don't ever plan to use that shit maliciously, but you got to be able to protect yourself. And in between calling the cops, those 5 to 10 minutes, or maybe 15, that they're on the way, boy, you better have a plan. And my plan includes a lot of fucking guns. I'm sorry to tell y'all. Somebody said I need a sniper rifle. I don't think I do. That's for recreational. I'm gonna be honest with you. The sniper rifle is recreational. Like these are some shit that I'm bringing to an outside range. I just want to shoot it because I watch videos on people shooting it. Like that's true. For home defense, I got shotguns and a shit ton of handguns. That's facts. But nigga, you're talking about a person who, number one, who's more threatened than me online. As soon as you have bitch ass niggas like Jay Rich and these other niggas threatening me, I take a screenshot of everything because I gotta validate a concealed carry permit. I gotta validate why I need it. These niggas, they're saying they're gonna smoke me on sight. They say as soon as they see me, it's up. I'm sorry, that's the funny thing. Nigga threatening me, when I see this bitch ass nigga acting, I'm screenshot, send that right to the cops. You see why? Sorry. But in reality, yeah. The world is crazy now. I say that to say not to flex. I say that because there was a time I hated weapons and guns so crazy because I just felt it was so unnecessary, and the only people who would seek to have guns would be people trying to do bad. But I've realized this world is an imperfect world with destructive souls. And it's never been a time more than now that you have to try to protect yourself because we only have one life to live, and people are looking at life as more and more dispensable. When I just described South Street's not even a place. South Street's a place like you dress good to go to kind of like flex on niggas a little bit. Feel me? Like the town is out there. Like you want to drive your nice car. You want to go get a section at like a popping spot and drink and turn up. You're not thinking about going to a gun battle. But these days, and maybe it's just always been like that. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. It's not only Chicago. Fist fights don't happen. I was shocked when I heard Freddie Gibbs got jumped. Jumpings don't happen. It's usually 2 words back and forth and gunshots. Nigga, I seen this. Did y'all see the video? I don't even know if I can play it. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find this shit. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to say. There's a video where there's a fucking fender bender. A nigga driving a Camaro or some shit like that. And I guess somebody hit his car and they both pull over.